Hey everybody, DayTraderRockStar, and this is a fast update video going into Friday. I just want to touch base on a couple movers after hours and just kind of review some of the new positions we're getting into. All right, again, broadcasting live every day. If you happen to get a hold of this and you're not a member, broadcast live from 7:30, 7:45 in the morning a.m. all the way to the close. We trade actively. We have a great trading community that we all trade together, work hard together, one team, one dream type of thing. And boy, it's been a great week. Even though you might not think the market's been doing much, I think our discipline, our patience, the research has paid off great. I mean, we just knocked out of the park this week. I just have to say it. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of everyone, and that's why I'm kind of like keep on talking about how well we're doing. And you want to keep that discipline and keep that focus. So my job is to keep that going. So I force myself to even do some more research and not kind of just sit back. But it's important to always research, but also. And I talked about this on the radio today, is not force to trade, not get overconfident in your trading. When you get overconfident, you start to take a lot more trades and you hold a lot more positions, and then the market just does what it normally does and takes everyone out. So we have to still be careful, but the great thing is we took profits when we were supposed to take profits, and now maybe even tomorrow we pull back, maybe not, I don't know, but we locked in some good profits, and there's nothing we could do. It can't come back and take that away from us, all right? So if we were still, holding on to things and just being a little greedy, then we go day by day. We could give a lot of that back tomorrow, but we don't. We have a game plan, and we took that game plan. And I'm just going to go over some of the recent trades just so you catch up all the way to today and what's happening overnight. And then I'm just going to send this out. I'm going to try to do this fast. All right, so this is our trade alert box. You get this. This is all the trades that go out during the day to the members. All right, they get instant. If you're in the dashboard or using our trader dashboard, you actually see what we're doing, and this will pop up in front of you. If you're not on the dashboard, maybe you're listening some other way. You're a member. You'll get a text alert and an email alert, however you have it set up. But these are real-time trades. So just to kind of go into it. This is part of last few days. I want to just catch up to just the last couple days because I already did a couple recap videos on these trades. So we're going to go through them real fast. Taking a shot back in on Snowflake. Snowflake's not my favorite. It's a tech stock. I did pick up a call on this. The BXRX. Starting to move. This is a cheap stock. This is a stock we call the flatline poppers, and we trade these early in the morning. And I identified this one a couple of days ago as it's coming out of this consolidation. We got a pop, and it held up pretty good. Actually, back here and back here. This is where we started our position. Right when we start to see that volume coming. Look at this stair step up. More volume, more popping. Still looks good. I think tomorrow we could actually get that final run above 250. Very close to taking profits on this. We're up nice on that. So I added to that. I added 200 shares. I have a total of 400 shares. And my cost average is $1.79. So you can see the nice profit there. The KWE, another, and again, these stocks we do in the morning. We look for stocks that, and this is kind of still under the radar. It's a cheapie. As you can see, it has a new issue back here in December, and it came public around $12 to $3. Not much, not something that we typically look at. But I did see the pop the other day, and it kind of pulled back, and I'm seeing if we're going to retest it. Nothing big. Just want to keep you abreast of it. We picked up Visa versus. Someone, I think I gave credit to Trader RJC on this one. He pushed this one out there in the room. I liked it right away. And I've been in this before, so we got in on it. I think that's versus, right? What's the date on that? April 17th at 1 p.m. Sorry, here's April 17th. Right before, right there. I can see the circle. I can see that right there. That's where we got it. And it exploded. We got in right here because I like those consolidation going into this. We tracked that this in the morning. It was one of our early morning poppers. And then we watched for the consolidation. And if you have that combination, you want to get in and then boom, and you want to get out. So we got in, boom, and we got out, boom. 500 shares, $1. Cost us $500. We made $160. That's not bad. These profit, percentage profits that we make on these trades. Low end is 20, 30, 40%. High end could be 100 to 200% profit on some of these. We sold our Boeing on the news. So there's a couple of new ones, and again, some of these we're just holding right now. S and ES. Not going to go into this one too much. We're just a new position here. I was looking to see if we could get a pop on this. Nothing happening yet. Not looking for as much. And the ID, that was another great one that I sniffed out. And again, we have a great scanner that I use during the week. I think I could show you that scanner right now. When you tune in, you're looking at the show, you'll see a list of stocks that look like this, and they'll have check marks and they'll have colored flags and stuff. And these are a short-term, what I call flatline poppers, and they'll automatically update. So you'll be looking at the chart, you'll be seeing these. This goes active at 4 o'clock in the morning. So even if I'm not on the air, you could see the scanners. Scanners are on the show and they're live active. And these are where you're going to find your early morning movers. And these are big percentage gainers. And you get the alerts. And you can do whatever you want. I get around 7:30. I go through each one of these, decide which one we're going to get, and we go in. Like in the ID, we got into this, and back here, and like boom, big explosive move. And you know what you do on that? You don't fall in love with these stocks. You do not fall out. You get one pop on these things, and you're out. If I had 500 shares, I sold it for a $100 profit. And then we have the SVFD. That one's still active. And then our Riley. Then we have our high probability setups, which are quality names that we're trading. Swing trades, RILY was one of them, and they show up as green alerts, especially if they get hit. Now this is just fantastic, right? This is our we bought at 27.61. Today it hit to 32 and started to sell off, but this is exactly where you want to be getting out. This is what we call a coil stochastic channel breakout. It went up to our top of the channel line, 50 period moving average, and we're all out of it now. But what a move! And it told you to get out. This alert will tell you to get out. And again, that all comes with the membership. After hours, this was just last couple of days. We shorted Netflix, 10 shares, and it worked out great. We crushed it. $128. We got over 12 points on it to the downside. So the new one we were waiting for is the ABBV. And again, this is a quality name. We're waiting for this flag to set up. Yesterday on the lows here, we jumped in. And in the last 2 days has been heading up. We're already, in the money on this. And my goal is, my target is new highs on this. But short term, I think we could get right back up to the highs, 163 to 165. But 163 is going to bring this, it's going to continue. So continue to hold the ABV.
Order filled.
Sold to Riley. You can see there's we sold to Riley. Sold to Sherman Williams. That's another HPS setup. And the same setup. We just wait. There was a perfect divergence here. The higher low, lower low on the price, a falling wedge pattern, reversal candle. Marked off divergence here, and off to the races. And we just took profits the last couple of days. So it makes a lot of sense to take profits here. I think these could continue to go. If we look at the history of this stock, this thing was a $350 stock. Now it's $230. I think this goes to $250 pretty easily. It's just that you have to, I'm hoping for a pullback. We had a good home builder report today. I think D.R. Horton came out. They were good. And this actually kept this thing floating pretty good all day. So I expect SHW to continue to push higher, up to about 250. All right. AbbVie, let's see that. All right. Pfizer. In on the Pfizer. Pfizer's the week of the drug stocks. I don't really trade Pfizer too much. I don't even know why I'm into Pfizer. I like the AbbVie better, which I'm in AbbVie too. But I wanted to give Pfizer a shot just because it's getting oversold, and it had a small pullback off of this base. But it's not my favorite, but we're in it here. And the risk reward at this point is just under 40. If this thing goes back over 41, it's going to be a very bullish setup. You hear that? I heard the tradeometer going, the Rockbot going off. It's active right now. I just took a trade. But you know what I really like going forward here is Google. Now Google today, when the market opened up, we were short the market. We were short Tesla. We were short with the puts on the SPY. And we're long Las Vegas Sands. And all of those worked out. We took our short off, our Tesla short off with a nice profit. We took our put off for a nice profit. And the pre-market, I was talking about right here, we were pre-market. The market was selling off really hard. If you look back here, I actually was identifying this. I said, pay attention to Google. It's showing great relative strength. The whole market's down 100 points. The pre-market, S&P's down a lot, 30 points. Just, these stock, NASDAQ's down 100 points. Everything was getting hit. Tesla was down, but Google was pushing up against the highs, or at least hanging right out there at the open. Any type of setup you see that, especially in a big name like this, tell me about it. Email me, get in touch with me, because I want to get in it. All right? But I was able to recognize this early, so I alerted everyone to get in on this. And if you got in, well, it had a beautiful run to 106. Even the pullback was worth a buy. And just seeing the strength on the daily, I don't think this one's going down too much further. I think we have 110 will be a pretty decent target on this. 110 to 117. And it's a nice base. We'll see how this thing kicks back up here. So I'd like to see the action on this tomorrow. And we'll continue. So you can see I bought the May calls on that, the 106 calls at 342. That was our put. Sold more Sherman. Bought some Las Vegas Sands. We talked about buying that into earnings. And then we bought the Tesla ETF short, which is the TSLS. If you want to short Tesla and not want to short a big company, you could buy the TSLS. Go long the TSLS. If Tesla goes down, this will go up. Then we sold our Las Vegas Sands on a beautiful pop. I only had 40 shares. So you can see we got like almost 3 points on that. That was great. It was an earnings call. Then we sold the Tesla, about $100 on that. Not much, 40 shares there, 40 shares here. All adds up. We had, a few days that we broke $1,000 just by these little trades. CFRX. Bought that. So holding on to that right now. It's not really doing much. Then we took a put. I took the profits on the put. Got a couple points on that for $191. And then we got our new position here in Cigna. Now Cigna, again, another Jerry Jr. call out, brought it to my attention. I liked it. We're looking for confirmation on the divergence to really load up here. I'm not saying this one's done going down, but this has everything I like. It has the multiple touches of the trend line, the breakthrough of the touch line, the breakdown of the trend line. That's what we call capitulation point right here. You can actually start to see maybe even a little divergence that's starting to set up here. We got back into the channel, then we come back and retest it, and we tend to hold that. And now we're going to start heading back up. I don't know if we're going to get a big pop or not. Maybe this one's not done going down yet. It might be a little early on this. But if this could give us a good turn back up and we have a nice pop on this, I would consider this a double bottom divergence. And then we would have a confirmation. I would definitely be adding at this level. I think no problem. Other than that, I think we're pretty good on it. And I added to that. And then we had Sherman Williams hit our target today. And that hit its target, so the alert went out. So here's a great one. And it doesn't take much. What it takes is for you to be there. And not everyone could be there. And I understand that. I mean, maybe you're aspiring to be a trader. You want to be trading all day and you can't right now. That's okay. But when you can, definitely show up. The opportunities are there. Today we're sitting there, And again, if you're in the room, we have a lot of good traders in the room, and we're all working together. There was an IPO today. An IPO, UCAR. We've been in this market for 26, 27 years now trading, so I've seen it all. And we watch these markets react to certain things. They kind of trend. Sometimes SPACs will be hot, and we went through that debacle. We went through the debacles of everything. Crypto at one point was super hot, and then you had I can't tell you. There's always something going on. There's always a scam. Not everything's a scam, but most things, especially when you get an IPO out of China, they could really just run these stocks. And this stock opened up about $8, $9 to $10, and it popped up, pulled back, and we got in it. I got in it like 17. You'll see what does it say here? I got in it $22.80, and it halted. And when we start to see these things halt, like it was right back here, I think. When we start to see these things halt, they could really rip. And what we got in, and it ripped, and we got a fast 10 points. I mean, I had 15 shares. I bought it at $22.80. I sold it at $33.06, so $150 profit. Not to say that it went to over $60. I sold it at $33. It went another 30 points. Another 30 points it went. I mean, I've just killed me watching that, and that happens a lot. But I always say never look back. Never look back, and never hang on to these. The one thing I will tell you, these things will eventually sell off. So it's a game of musical chairs. You can play the game, but you got to know the rules. And the rules are, you get in, and you get out, and you don't look back, and you don't try it. People have like, oh, this is going to go to 1,000 because the last IPO went to 1,000. Yeah, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But this is also a very dangerous game, and you could get caught on these. So we try to teach you how to recognize them. We have the alerts and the traders to identify these. Now you need to just be able to be in front of it, push the button, and get in and get out. So we're going to be concentrating on any more IPOs because the IPOs have been drying up. They've been drying up, and so when they do come out, and people are going to remember this one. So we might have we'll have to look at that. Maybe tomorrow it might be an IPO. I have to look at it. And then today we actually had a 5-minute sell diversion. So you see this here? This is an alert I send out to futures traders. And I have a special alert channel that you could sign up for. That when you're a member, you could just click on it and you could get 5-minute buy and sell signals on the futures. And today we had a sell signal. It was the top of the market. I got to tell you, it was textbook. It was a textbook setup. Textbook. I think I can even show it to you. It was on the Rockbot channel, and if some things you're not familiar with, head over to DayTrader Radio. Check it out right here. This high, right here, that little candle high, we pulled back a little, then we popped up again, and then we reversed. But you see what happened when we hit that high again? Look at the stochastics rolled right over, and look how low the stochastic rotation was. That was the key right there. That's why I said, oh my God, this is a perfect sell side divergence. So I sent out the divergence there, and boy, did that market come down hard. But lucky for us, we were waiting for it, and we knew that there was a trend line underneath us, and I think there was some alerts here, and the market bounced pretty good at the end of the day. But there were some good opportunities. There was a perfect short today that the Rockbot identified, and there was a perfect long here. A double bottom, high stochastic rotation on the long side. Now again, if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about here, there is a learning curve, and that's what I teach each day. And you become a member or check it out, you'll start to catch on. We have courses, lessons, and stuff, especially on the divergence setup. All right, and that's again, this is going out to everyone. It's going out to the members that are already out there, going out to people maybe not members. And it's been a super busy and exciting week. Tomorrow's Friday. We had a great week. Tomorrow I start the HPS watch list. Paul will be on the mic tomorrow, and he'll be on that mic probably about 8 o'clock, 8:30. But I'll be in the office early. I'll be in there at 7:30. We'll be training the pre-market poppers. So after hours here, Wish came out with some news. So this is the news on the Wish. Wish came out with a buyback authorization of buying 25 million share buyback. It was happened to be right in the sitting right there, so we got in 846, right around here. As you can see, it went all the way up to about 950. Sometimes you got to be careful on these, but because I don't, the price. I like the low price ones. This is already a reverse split. So when you have a reverse split, what a reverse split is, a 1 for 30 reverse split takes the shares. For every 30 shares, they give you one. All right. So but the price gets adjusted 30 to 1. So you just do the math. So there's 30%, 30 to 1 on a reverse split, a 1 for 30. And now your float has shrunk by that much. So you don't have much of a float. And then you announce a buyback of the float. So that's like even going to be a less. So they're trying to pump this. So it's kind of almost a kind of a scammy thing to do. Do a reverse split and then do a buyback. Now you don't hear that often, but that could pump this stock, and that's exactly what happened. So I would expect this to pop tomorrow morning because the news came out after hours. And it's going to probably pop up. So I have an order in to sell at $12. I don't know if it's going to get hit, but if you're in it, you might want to watch it 4 o'clock tomorrow, see where it goes. If it does run, maybe it goes to 10.50, maybe it goes to 11, maybe it goes to 12, maybe it goes to 14. I don't know. By the time I get in, it might be pulling all the way back. But it's going to be in play tomorrow. All right. So here's one that's going to be in play. My best bet for tomorrow. I want to go with the Google again. I'm going with Google, and I'm ready to get more of that. So with that said, 20 minutes, it's a little longer than I expected. Hard to get all this information out. Hope you enjoyed it. The review, the education. I'm going to put out a market radar video next, which is going to go over the next levels in the S&P and more for futures traders. So have a great evening. Happy 420, by the way, if you celebrate. And how did Tilray, Trlry, Tilray here? It looks Tilray on 420. Did it do anything? Yeah, it went down. Yeah, way to go, Tilray. CGC, Canopy Growth, another. Yeah, 420 really helping the stocks. These things are, oh my God, Canopy Growth here, $1.36. We might have to start looking at this. The day after 420, 421, is when cannabis came alive. I want to circle that. All right, that's enough of me. Have a good one. I'll see you guys in the morning. DayTraderRadio.com.